Hey guys, what's up? It's Limitless here, and I wanted to show a little strategy here. I know melee kills right now are the big thing in the game, and so are glitches, but this video will not be featuring glitches, but will feature tons of melee kills and how easy it is to get them. So, I'm just gonna run out a few of these deals here. My only spin on the 30, just so you know. Alchemical, another one that's excellent. Nice. That's a screenshot. 2 legend power keg and a blood debt. That's excellent. Okay, and while I'm at it, I want to change something. Let's change that to blood debt, because I have yet to use this, but blood debt sounds interesting. It lasts for 3 minutes. Instead of losing health, you lose points. Amount lost increases as you're hit until the max amount is hit. If you have 0, you die. I actually want to find out what the maximum amount is, so this may result in a down, but I'm not recommending you do that. Normally, I would run the anywhere but here. So we're going to break this down a little bit here, let you guys know what I use, what you probably should be using, and just how it's done. So temporal gift, that's a must, but that's for basically any zombies game that you're going to play in Black Ops 4. Equipment happens to be very, very useful too. And then Arsenal Accelerator, this is like, for this specific strategy, this is the absolute must if you have it. And if you don't, well, it takes a while to unlock, as you can see. It's down there. And then our perks, you can put these 3 in any order you want. Now, I like Stone Cold Stronghold specifically because I'm going to be staying still a lot. And I don't mean, never moving a muscle. I mean within a certain area. So that's going to keep buffing my armor so I can take an extra like 2 hits in case, something goes wrong, which is not likely to happen, but you never know with new games. And then if something really goes wrong, we've got Dying Wish. And then of course Victorious Taurus. Of all 4 of these perks, this is the most necessary. And it's necessary to have 4 perks, that way I can get my tonic modifier without using a talisman. And you want time slip in that because it'll recharge your weapon faster, your specialist. So in my case, it's going to be Ragnarok, and that's what you should use to make this easiest on yourself. I'm going to use Claymores because I actually still need kills with the Claymores, and then Pistol because everybody's going to start with a pistol. So we're going to be on Classified, and I'm pretty sure this is casual, which is the way it should be. So you're gonna find out we're not gonna need much. We're gonna need like 1 gun other than the gun that we start with, and that's just to help us get enough points to get all the perks and everything, because it can be a pain to just buy your first perk and then sit there with a shield trying to earn points knowing you gotta leave again. So I'd rather get everything and then come in for it, and that's where we're gonna sit the rest of the game. Alright, and this is going to feature mainly melee kills once we get set up. And I did in my video, like early in the morning or yesterday or whatever it was, I did feature the strategy, I just didn't show the in-depth on it. Okay, we just need to end them and get some points to start with. And this is going to end up being kind of a shield tutorial too, but I'm not going to show all the locations unless, I can't find them until the 3rd location. Okay, so this one is at the 3rd location. And then I usually grab this piece just because it's here and I don't have to spend any points to get to it. And that's also in case I decide I want to pack a punch. So anyway, you can go for a box weapon or a wall weapon. I kind of hate the way these dogs are just unclassified here. They spawn a bunch of them, those 4 right there. And it's like, are they penalizing me for coming here too early or what? But it still translates to extra points, so I'm fine with that. Where's our last one at? It sounds close. Okay. Apparently more than one. Ah, I see you back there. And I'm not trying to maximize points either, so. Now, I have enough points to use the elevator, but I don't have enough points to get to the other one, so we may as well earn some points here. Now, if you guys like, you can expedite the process and open this door like so, and they'll start coming out through here because it opens both those doors, rather than just piling through here in that window. Okay. What is that? Okay. Another good reason for that. Temporal gift, pop it first. Or insta-kill, depending on which you get. Sometimes you get both. Not always. Alright. We'll probably want to get some points from barriers just because it's doubled, you know, it adds up a little more easily. And these back ones here, if you're not too experienced, it's best to keep these boarded up because they can come in and you can get pincered from both sides, so. And these zombies are not always loud, so they can kind of sneak up on you if you're, you know, ill-prepared. And obviously, you're not going to see me use Blood Debt for a long time, so be prepared for that too. We'll also want to level up our Ragnaroks to 3 at some point during this, because later on 3 is the only ability we're going to use. That way we start getting kills easily and we do not have to jump out of our Ragnarok area. You'll see what I mean later. And I'll show you how to set the area down so you never have to move out of it. And, you know, like max ammo rounds, you can still get those if for some reason you're using bullets. Okay, yeah, we got 3. Let me go ahead and do this, because I need, you know, like 70 kills, something like that, so might as well remember to use them at some point. Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, let's try hitting the box, just because it's cheaper than a wall weapon. Oh, nice. This actually happened to me before, too. Thank God, I'll take some Wonder Weapon action. Let's go. We want to go get the power, and honestly, I should have grabbed the shield part first, but I was excited about the Winter's Howl, so. And if it looks a little weird why I'm playing like this, I will tell you about it in a little bit. The reason why that is. Let's see, actually. I was like, that should be about to go back, so. But I'll tell you when it's relevant, so. Okay, that isn't it. Wow. Really getting 3rd spot on this. There it is. Now, eventually, guys, you're going to want to open up all these barriers and everything, just because you can do it on the way while you're killing, but you are not going to want to be doing shield kills for that, because the shield is paper now. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go back and actually make the shield already. And, you know, there's something I've been thinking about too, that you can choose whether or not to experiment with or whatever. But the shield, it seems like it has a set amount of health now rather than a scaling one. But I'm wondering, you know, and I haven't done this yet, I might at some point just to test it out, but if you build the shield really, really, really late, will it have more health? That's the question here. Because if that works, then that is the only way to get the shield more health other than talismans. I don't want to waste points, so. And yeah, we could grab the Bowie knife, but I mean, we'll get a little more points, obviously, but it's not important. Dying Wish, that's where I put it, okay. We'll open this because we're going to need this perk anyway. And then it doesn't really matter where we sit for now because they're slow. Come on, spawn a little bit more. There we go. Nasty Richthofen. Come on. Show me something killable. Because we really seriously do need that leveled. So I'm not, you know, like joking about it or whatever. It's actually really important to the strategy because it's easy points where you're not exchanging something, so. Good, good. You better live for it, Richthofen. Come on. Is it just him? No, I didn't think so. That's a little better. So we'll start with Dying Wish. Then we'll reload. Eventually we'll get some dogs here, and that'll get me some more ammo for the pistol. Yeah, you'll find out. I'm going to be totally set up in this strategy. I'm not going to get another gun. I'm not going to get monkey bombs. I'm not even going to open pack a punch. It's not important. And, you know, if it happens, make sure to grab carpenters too, because they can repair your shield without you having to pay anything. There we go. Make sure not to reload as you pick up max ammos. Because it will reload for you. Otherwise it can glitch out and not restore ammo. It'll restore some always, you know, it's just... if you reload it might not restore what you just loaded, so... Okay. There's a part to a trap. I just kind of grabbed it because I noticed it. And normally in the strategies I will always use Bandolier. I have it available too, but I think it's like a level 26 unlock or something like that. So. 1 second. Go ahead and slap the headset back on. Mom wanted to say goodnight, so. I'm not like hardly paying attention to where I'm shooting either. There we go. Get some of this going. Try to get ourselves an extra long one. Did that not kill anything? It's just good to get this leveling done and out of the way so you don't have to do it while you're in the strategy, because that sucks. It's doable. I did it last time actually, but that's the end of that round. I need 35? Yeah. 3,500. Okay, so we need a little more killing. The idea is you can grab just the furthest left perk for me, which is Tortoise. And then you can get in the strategy and earn your points, but I don't want to. I want to have my stuff before I get to the strategy. Because that's how I am. I like to be prepared. Melee kills are good. And eventually I will need to start tackling kills with the Bowie knife since I have a lot of the weapons leveled. But you know, it's also because of XP challenges, but why I'm kind of reluctant to is because right now XP challenges are glitched, and let's see, 11,459 kill, 11,409, which means kills are still 50 even though there's a double event. You know, I should say the melee kills, they're worth the most. And I did just prove that, so. They get 50. Hey. See, like I said, sometimes you get them both. Let's get out of here. Okay, we should now make it back to the top. Which is good, because that's the next location. There we go. And grab another perk. And then we'll head down a level, and that'll... Actually, I should have gone the other way since I opened it. I went this way out of habit, since I don't usually open that until I'm ready to leave. Like the map. Alrighty then. Ah, dang it. I hate when it moves just before, and I knew it was going to, but I'm like, dang it. That sucks. They need to be at the war room. There we go. And we're leaving that closed for now because this is actually a camp spot you can use. That's our last perk. And then after that, we are ready to go. That's the only thing we need now. I mean, other than, you know, charging these. Which, if they're at least level 2, it'll be easier to do it during the camp spot. But I rarely ever put the effort required to level 3 them before that. Got points. And one hand fire. Get out of here. Hey, alright. Get a few more kills here, I guess. I was like, where is he? Alright, so we're looking to go down a level, and obviously we're trying not to spend the points. So guys, from here we've got all of our perks. So we essentially are entirely ready to start the strategy. So round 11, you know, you could do it earlier than that if you really wanted to. So whip out your shield, you've got Tortoise, which by the way unlocks at level 14, and I do recommend you have. Now if you're looking for some extra points, it comes with a gun, and the ammo on this gun restores only from rebuying the shield or repairing it. There's no other way, including max ammos, to get the ammo back. You get 80 bullets every time. And we'll demonstrate that in a little bit too. Like, look, 250 points. Okay, that'll get me more ammo. And as the rounds increase, so too does the cost until it reaches 1,500. And so I pretty much demonstrated enough with this gun, so I'm just going to run it out of ammo and that will be good. Boom. And now this will one hit in the early rounds. Let me go ahead and actually set this properly here. Yeah, that right there. because you can't go through this, so it will not reset. So this is basically your maximum area right here. That whole circle there. So then just stand near this, something like right there. So that way you can just turn by your shield and whip it out again, but you do not want to save the shield. You want to let them break it every time. And we'll show you why before I use the specialist and get it to level 2. But later on, this shield, it will always 2-hit, except for dogs, which will always 1-hit. And just like that, shield out. Now then. The reason why I had to do this is because it wasn't level 2 yet, so I had to step outside of the range, basically. Because obviously, big jump, where I could have jumped into this, but that, you know, cuts your range of effectiveness, so. There we go. That's more than enough space for when we're finished. And dogs, they are said to be worth a little more experience, 62 versus 50, so make sure you melee those. And they'll wear down your shield too. But you'll notice that no matter what happens here, I'm actually going to be building points slowly. I'm not going to be losing points. And look, you can roam anywhere you want in this as long as you don't roam outside of it, so. You'll notice that under my points there in the bottom left and above the health segments, the 250, there's a blue line. I believe it's blue. Honestly, with, you know, color blindness issues and all that, it makes it really difficult to actually see that. I don't know if it's that way for people that are not afflicted, but anyway, it stops at like half full, something like that, and then if I were to take the shield off and get hit, you know, I would lose not only damage bonus, but I'd lose some of this armor, but it wouldn't affect my health until I took like a third hit. Now, this is slow, and I have yet to test this properly in normal. It worked well enough when I used it in normal, but like I said, I didn't test it. And you'll see too, you know, there's stuff that you're supposed to be doing during this that I will show you after I use the specialist again. You can see it takes a little while to charge it, honestly. Is that the last one? Yeah, it was. That's why I'm like, do I drop specialist and hope for there to be like 3 more, or... And that's just what you can decide, because it doesn't truly matter when you use it. You're not going to run out of supplies here. You know, we're not even using any gun other than the shield gun, which you can if you want. But this keeps you entirely safe and protected. So we'll let them, you know, kind of get in here a bit, and then we'll pop it, and then we just want to electrocute. So we're using the level 2 ability now to make it easier for ourselves. And yeah, this is another reason to have a stronghold, because as you saw, they can get in and touch you when you're using electrocute, because electrocute sucks. But when you get the third ability, all is right in the world, so. And then we'll go ahead and drop Arsenal Accelerator, and that will obviously increase our gain for our specialist, making it easier for us to level it a bit earlier on, and then just focus on, you know, only popping third ability on it whenever we want it. So, man, I can't believe it. That's twice today I've gotten Winter's Howl on the first pull, and I'm not even planning to use it. Now, you can run around inside there and all that, but I know for a lot of people that is going to get them, you know, focusing more on the zombies and staying in range, and they're gonna have to reset their area for stronghold. So that's why I'm just showing it back here, because this is easy, it works, and there's not a whole lot of movement involved. Okay, so we've got this. Let's start electrocuting again. And, you know, for those of you who know what I'm going to talk about here, I'm actually just, like, doing this video, and then it's, like, Meagering time. Because, you know, I'm doing little videos here and there, but I'm also trying to, you know, enjoy life a little bit instead of just prestiging. And Meagering is not good for you, but it's, like, for me, it's always been a gamer food, and I mean, I'm coming up on 30, and I'm like prestige 6. Or 7 now, is it? I'm not sure. I don't know, to be honest. I've kind of forgotten where I'm at in there. But I think it's 6. I do think so, but I can't promise. Actually, I might be able to, let's see. Can't click anything there, okay. Yeah, so, whatever. That's fine. Either way, I'm looking to get, you know, Master Prestige in like 2-3 more days, something like that. So, obviously it's a lot of work, a lot of zombie killing. And for those of you that want to know, as far as my stats, I may show them at the end, you know, and just end this video like very prematurely. Well, I should say end the classified run very prematurely. So that way, you know, the idea is there, you know, you can do whatever you want with it. It's a very, very easy way to prestige. You're getting a lot of experience because this is basically all melee kills. And apparently I have a headache, so... Anyway, I do want to get the Ragnarok level up and all that, and, you know, we'll show... Yeah, I got 22 Nibulium Plasma now. It goes up pretty easily because, you know, we're not really even focusing on that junk anymore. You get 100 of it every time you prestige, but I'm curious what happens at Master Prestige. I'm curious. Alright, whip the shield back out. See, it seems like it's really slow to level, that's why I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this, you know. But, yeah, I mean, it's basically like, get in the game, you know, get a gun, and, you know, starting up, guys, I'm just going to go through this again, because you guys can see what I'm doing now. It's really, really easy. As you can see, I'm leveling easily, too. I just hit 30. I know a lot of people are not even 20 because, you know, they're playing casual games that they keep getting destroyed in too early and everything, and so anyway, the setup is basically start whatever character you want. The 3 elixirs that I have on that are not blood debt, you go ahead and use those. I've shown where the parts are at for the shield, so grab the shield. You can do this upstairs or downstairs, whatever your preference is. I like it better down here. Some people will like it better upstairs. You know, that's your preference. It'll work the same way. I haven't tested which one's faster, so you may consider that. But yeah, you basically want to either grab a gun or, you know, just earn enough points with what you start with to get your first perk, which should be the Tortoise. It doesn't matter where you put it as long as you buy that first, if that's what you're trying to do, and then you can come down here, you know, and start, or, you know, upstairs wherever you put the shield. And
you can earn points with it like I've been doing. Because you can see I didn't have hardly any points. And now I've got, you know, 18.5 grand. Spend some out, you get some more. Let's go ahead and drop this now. Level this up and show why we're specifically using Ragnaroks. Because it's basically going to be like break time when this is out later on, after it's level 3. Just that it takes a lot of level, so... Especially when we're getting so many shield kills. Does not bode well for the Ragnaroks, but once they're done, they're perfect and they're good for the rest of the game. And I've taken this strategy well over 100 before, so I know for a fact it works. So guys, like I said, let's actually get through this. Strategy is, you know, get your perks, sit down with the shield, and that's it. You don't need Pack-a-Punch. You only need power for the perks. You know, and of course, you know, spawning the teleporters. And now this can work on other maps too. It's just that it works best on this one because literally all other maps have a boss zombie. And that takes a much greater toll on your shield. And if it's like a Brutus or something, it can lead to you being damaged. And now Stronghold will help a lot with that. But I would say in that case, you're going to want to put Stronghold in your tonic slot or your Odin slot, because Stronghold will also give you a damage and armor bonus for anything killed within your we call it our sphere of influence. So that's the way to go when you have boss zombies, to make it a little bit easier on yourself for when the shield breaks and all that. But that's the big reason we have Tortoise, you know, to make life easy enough. Come on, zombies. Yeah, give me that experience. Oh, so you guys know too, I am holding that down when I'm not using the bash on the Ragnaroks to bash them together and make them shock harder. Because the ability actually says to hold it down, so that's why I do. And let's go ahead and drop this down. So, you know, the Arsenal Accelerator is really the only important one for the strategy of the elixirs. It's just that the Temporal Gift helps a lot when you get those early power-ups and everything. And the equipment, if you didn't buy a gun and you decided you just want to do it with what you started with until you get the shield and get going, equipment can help a lot with whatever, you know, little secondary type grenade you have or whatever. As you can see, the shield does not produce drops. It might if you shoot them. I'm not sure about that because I don't normally shoot them, because it's more experience to, you know, actually bash the crap out of them. So there's that to consider. Let's go ahead and do that. And we'll buy another shield and get ready. Now we will not be grabbing that because we're not running around with the shield. It's not important anymore. We're actually trying to break it. Come on, guys. I need this experience. Alright. Didn't quite make 3. We're working on it. It happens. And, you know, that's something I didn't know prior to this game because I don't normally use my non-standard elixirs. But apparently if you have more than 9 of it, it'll say 9 plus. Wow, this is actually, my headache's getting a lot worse as I play the game. That's kind of irritating. Might consider a headache med here in a little bit, but until, you know, I get this all out there, and, you know, I'm gonna keep going, so yeah, it's gonna be some Nigarang time here in a little bit. This video will not last a whole lot longer, but you will see how easy it is to pass rounds, and you'll still gain points rather than lose them, at least if you're doing this on classified. Another thing is, I would still consider using the Ragnaroks even on the other maps if you try this strategy, because they will lift the bosses, including Brutus. Another thing that makes this easy, guys, is that the shield, when it breaks, Victorious Tortoise, it has that, you know, that I guess you could say that knockback when it splinters outward like that, but still not 3. Son of a gun. Maybe we'll have to activate it, I guess, to find out for sure. But anyway, yeah, when that shield breaks and it shatters outwards like that, knocks the zombies down, it kills a bunch of them too. I actually checked once, I got 8 kills from it, so from just the splintering outwards like that. But we'll check it out here actually. Right now you can see it's easy too, because this is lasting beyond what the Bowie knife does. The Bowie knife I think is like 15 maybe. And this right now is still one hitting, so. Alright. Okay, how many kills have I got? 526. 533. That's an increase of 7 kills. So yeah, you can see it does do some damage, and you get some experience for it. It counts for your kills. It's great. There's basically nothing wrong with Victorious Tortoise. The only thing is that this wasn't as viable as it is now, because the shield used to scale with the rounds before the major update we had like a day or two ago. And so with that, it was really quite rough, because the shield became so strong that you could just melee kill forever, and it would literally never break. At like around 65, 70, it became impossible to break it, even with bosses attacking your shield. Like, you could have 4 or 5 Brutuses on your shield with the zombie horde, and nothing was gonna happen. And see, that's why you don't talk, because I was talking and not putting my shield out. But that is why I designed my perks that way, so I don't run into issues that I can't control. And our Ragnarok is 3 now, so we're going to go ahead and show that off. For those of you familiar with Black Ops 3, you know, things like Der Eisendrache or Revelations, you're gonna really know what this does. And it does it just like before. Alright, here we go. This is the only reason we use this, because you can do that, sit back, you could grab a new shield if you needed one, and if you don't set it too far out, nothing's going to be able to reach you. You can sit here with or without your shield out. Either way, it's a small break time. And yeah, you can see I'm still gaining points. It's nice and easy. So that's the main idea behind it then. Get your shield, when you can, go ahead and drop this down, and get your melee kills then. And then when it's ready, drop your Ragnaroks and back off. Stay around this right here, so that way you can buy your shield whenever you need to. You're not going to be in trouble. And another thing I'll mention, guys, make sure to check your Nebulium Plasma frequently, because at least for now during the event, we're gaining at, it's like 2 and then it alternates with 3, and they switch back and forth how much you gain at a time. So make sure that when you end your game, try to do it on a 3, because that's the big gain. I got 29 right now. We'll see when it increases. And that's probably what I'm going to look to end my session here. And then I'll probably go over to my stats so you guys can see how many kills it's taken me to get here, because I do not sit on my 55 when it's done. I actually end that round that I'm on to make sure it saves, and then I go ahead and head out of the game in Prestige no matter what round I was on. So drop Ragnaroks. Easy. Now, those aren't exactly melee kills, but they are easy kills that you're not having to spend any points from your shield on. Meaning you're not having to break a shield and buy a new one and all that, so it's basically just a chargeable resource that you're not losing any money on. So that's why I say to go ahead and use it. It makes it a little bit easier for you in the long run to just make sure you have that ready whenever, because you're not going to have accidents here. This is not going to be, an oh crap, I need to use it because I'm going to die thing. No, it's you're protected all the time thing. And you can go to whatever round you want. I've been well over 100 doing this. Let's see. I went to like 113 before, but it won't be on my record, as my high round, because it's not. So, and to be honest, for high rounds, I don't actually want to do this. But this is not in any way an exploit or a glitch. So there's nothing wrong with it if you do choose to do it. This is really just like an albeit boring way to level up, but effective. You're not spending 30 rounds trying to get your gun, no. Between 10 and 15 you're probably here, so. And you're just set up. Now you may wonder why I pull my shield out a bit prematurely, because it's like, Ragnaroks come back, shield out, and that's just because games aren't perfect. Something could possibly glitch through it, so. I know, you may also be thinking like, oh, well, you just wasted a few seconds of your Ragnarok there, when the round ended and all that, by, putting it down like that. It's like, well, think about it, I don't have to leave myself open, so it's not like any of the others. And as far as being a waste and all that, it doesn't matter, because that's just extra anyway. Alright, let's take a look here. I'm still at 29. And you'll notice sometimes a dog will rush in and get a hit on you, but with your stronghold, it doesn't matter, because it's just going to take from your armor. It won't actually touch your health. And there's Ragnarok. You can see this is really, really easy, and if you guys do this as a team, it is possible. You'll all have your own stronghold circles, so just try to put them on like the same area. You won't be able to see each other's. I'll let you know that now. then you could just do this, you know, everybody can sit in here, because you can't get, from the range I put it on, you can't get outside of it by backing into the corner. So you're not going to accidentally screw yourself over. And with Team Ragnaroks, that could be some serious hell on the enemies. Just imagine 4 people out here being able to do this. Or, you know, have like 3 people and 1 person with overkill. Because at level 3, overkill can be dropped as attack nuke and kill everything on the map except for bosses. And hey, what do you know, level 31. Let's see. Oh yeah, so we went from 29 to 32, so this is where I should end it. So now I'm going to go ahead and drop that and see how it goes. Blood debt. Minus 50, 100, 1500. Is that what it says? 2000? Yep. So that's how that goes. Blood debt. So apparently it looks like it maxed at like... It looks like it maxed at like 2000. So... because I have that gain, and the thing is, it may not remember your experience gain if you don't finish the round, but it will remember your Nebulium Plasma. I'll go ahead and show that. I don't care about that blood debt, you know, I was just curious how it goes, and if it maxes at like 2,000 points per hit, later on when I've got like 1.5 million, that could easily be a 3-minute survival thing right there. I could just stand there with with it, you know, have the shield on my back so that, you know, have him come in from the front and just beat the crap out of me while I'm shooting him with something. That could totally be a thing, and I may put a video up like that later just to fully showcase the blood debt. I think that's actually quite viable. You know, even if you're just looking to do something funny or wow, you know, your allies or whatever. So we pulled 20 plasma that way. You can see my max round is 120 on that map. So an average round's 43 because, you know, I don't take that seriously. So we've got 30. I'm going to go ahead and spin this real quick and then I'm going to get to my stats so that way you guys can see the kind of kills I have on the account that, you know, get you where I'm at. Hey, I got all commons. Woo! That happens sometimes. Big deal. Some of them are actually good though, like Swordflay. You can use this with a shield, and that's something I considered talking about too. But Swordflay, and let's go ahead and show it. There it is down there. It lasts for a minute, and melee attacks deal zombies 5 times as much damage. So that means if you're, you know, dropping a shield like that, when you're using Swordflay, if you just have a ton of them and you decide, hey, you know, I want to do this now, okay, Swordflay will turn your shield back to a 1-hit. So, you know, if you're at that kind of a round where you're now 2-hitting everything, which is like 27 or something onward, then you can go ahead and do that and go back to 1-hitting for a minute. You know, you might be able to end a round that way. And then Licensed Contractor spawns a Carpenter. Now this isn't super viable, especially not with the shields the way they are now, but you could still use it if you want to. Alright guys, so I'm going to take my blood debt off because I just wanted to experiment with that. So we're going to put this back on because sometimes it saves you a step. And now we need to get to my stats. Let's see here, what's the best way to view it? No, I don't think so. Oh yeah, right here. This will do it well enough. So there you can see my leaderboards. I'm number 1 by a lot. It says I'm level 30 right now, which means it didn't quite save my experience like I said it might not. Some of it, you know, the last little bit of it, but it did save my plasma. And look, to get where I'm at right now, I'm like Prestige 6 or something like that. Yeah, so I'm working towards Prestige 7. And I've got about 160,000 kills in the account. That's about 2,000 rounds passed. So, I mean, if that helps you guys out, that's great. There's my little bro. He's got 30,000 kills even. Huh. I wonder if he knows that. I'm going to screenshot that and send it to him later just to see if he knows. And then revives. Yeah, I've been reviving a bunch of players, and even sometimes you can revive a bot, it counts. So, alright guys, well, that is effectively the end of my video, so thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps. Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and we will see you next time. God bless.